John F. Kennedy says, "Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty."
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of YemmaNation Explores Reading. If you don't know me by now, my name is Mr. Yemma, and I work as an instructional coach in Youngstown City Schools. I'm doing a reading series for everybody right now, where I read aloud National Geographic books from the Panorama reading series. Today I'm going to read you a book called Tricks, Traps, and Tools. This book is written for a third grade level. As always, you don't have to be in third grade to enjoy this read along with me. And please, stay tuned for after I read this book to you and join me for a quick book talk. If you'd rather watch a video where my son reads, click here. Thank you and enjoy.
Tricks, Traps, and Tools. Tricks by Judy Elgin Jensen. Imagine walking in a rainforest in Queensland, Australia. Dead brown leaves litter the ground. But look closely. Are they all really leaves? In nature, what you see is not always what you get. Among the leaves are several leaf-tailed geckos. They are colored and shaped like leaves. Even their tails look like leaves. These geckos are very still, waiting to attack insects. Predators that would like to eat the geckos cannot see them easily. On the ground, the colors of the leaf-tailed geckos are similar, but soon they will scamper away, climbing up different trees. There, each gecko's coloring will change to shades of brown or green. Then they will look different from one another. They are all the same kind of gecko, though. Have you found the leaf-tailed geckos yet? If you look closely, you can find 3 of them. Hiding in plain sight. Like leaf-tailed geckos, many animals use camouflage for protection. Their skins, shells, fur, or feathers look like their surroundings. It is hard for a predator to see an animal that is the color and shape of things around it. Some predators use camouflage to hide from their prey. If their prey comes close, they catch and eat them. Looking dangerous. Not all animals survive by camouflage. Dangerous animals often have bright colors or patterns that make them stand out. Predators avoid animals with warning colors. Some harmless animals have colors and patterns that mimic or copy those of dangerous animals. These copycats stay safe through mimicry. The poisonous coral snake has bands of yellow, black, and red. Like a speeding red fire truck, its bands say, "Watch out!" The scarlet king snake is not poisonous, but it has bands like those of the coral snake. Predators know coral snakes can make them sick, so they avoid all banded snakes, including the scarlet king snake. Confusing predators. Some animals confuse predators or scare them away. They may puff themselves up to look bigger. Their markings may look like a larger animal's markings. Some animals use camouflage to hide from predators. Other animals have bright colors and patterns that keep predators away. Whatever the strategy, the goal is always survival. Traps by Judy Elgin Jensen. A frog hops among the sticky sundew plants. It never suspects that the plants are dangerous. Oops, too close. Now the frog is stuck to a plant. The sticky liquid of the sundew will smother the frog. Then the frog will be turned into soup for the sundew plant. Plants use sunlight to make their own food. Plants also need nutrients, such as nitrogen, from the soil. In many swamps and bogs, the soil does not contain enough nutrients. Carnivorous plants in these places get nitrogen by trapping small animals. Sundews. There are about 150 kinds of sundew plants. Some are as tiny as a dime. Others are taller than you. Some sundew leaves grow in a circle and others grow upward in stalks. Thick hairs or tentacles cover the leaves. Sticky liquid on each tentacle traps and digests animals. Bladderworts. A net-like plant covered with tiny bubbles floats in a pond. A small animal swims by and touches trigger hairs on a bubble. Whoosh! The water around the animal is sucked into the bubble. The water carries the animal with it. That's no bubble, it's a trap. The trap slams shut. Digestive juices fill the trap. Goodbye, tiny animal. Venus flytraps. Venus flytraps capture small animals that creep across their leaves. There are trigger hairs on the inside of each leaf. If an animal touches the trigger hairs, the leaf snaps shut and traps the animal. After about 7 days, the trapped animal is digested. Then the leaf opens again, ready for its next meal. Pitcher plants. A pitcher-shaped leaf gives off a sweet smell of nectar. An ant leans in to sip the nectar. Soon the ant is sliding down the slippery inside of the pitcher. At the bottom is a pool of water and digestive fluid. There the ant drowns. The ant's body breaks down, releasing nutrients that the plant needs. Carnivorous plants thrive where most other plants cannot get enough nutrients. Their specialized structures trap and digest small animals. This gives the plants the nutrients they need. Yum, bug juice. Tools by Julia Osborne. What kind of tools do you use? You probably use many. They may be simple, such as spoons, or complex, such as computers. Tools are objects used to carry out a task. Humans use many different tools. Scientists once thought only humans had enough brain power to use tools, but that idea is changing. For example, the Egyptian vulture likes to eat eggs. If an egg is small, the vulture picks it up and drops it. When the egg breaks, the vulture slurps up the insides. Ostrich eggs are too big for the vulture to pick up. The vulture uses a stone as a tool. It throws the stone at the egg to break it. Then it eats its meal. Read on to learn how some animals use objects to perform a task or change the environment. Using instinct. All animals perform complex actions called behaviors. Some animals act by instinct, without learning or being taught by other animals. Animals inherit instincts from their parents. The work of beavers shows how instinct can guide behavior. Beavers cut down trees. They use the sticks and mud to build lodges and pools. Their lodges keep them safe from predators. What if there is no pond? Beavers use sticks and mud to build a dam across the stream. The dam blocks the moving water and creates a quiet pond. Sticks and mud are tools. They change the beaver's environment. Do young beavers learn to build from adults? Scientists watch young beavers that had been raised without adults. On their first try, the youngsters built a dam just like the dams built by adult beavers. The answer was clear. Building dams is an instinct. Learning to use tools. As a young child, you learn to eat with a spoon. Many young animals learn to use tools too. Wild capuchin monkeys learn to crack open nuts with stones and get the tasty meat inside. Cracking nuts is a learned behavior. Almost from birth, young capuchins watch the nut-cracking behavior of other monkeys. It takes a few years of watching and practicing before they get the hang of it. Infant monkeys beat stones and other objects against things. 1-year-olds start trying to crack nuts. By about age 3, the monkeys can place the nut the right way and accurately drop the stone. They have become expert nut crackers. Sometimes adult monkeys who don't know how to crack nuts join the group. These adults learn the skill by watching other monkeys and by practicing on their own. Water crackers. Furry sea otters spend most of their time in the ocean, hunting, eating, and sleeping. Often, they float on their backs. They hold themselves in place with strands of seaweed. Some sea otters have learned to use rocks as tools. When the otter gets hungry, It dives to the ocean floor for a clam. It also picks up a rock. The otter floats on its back with the rock on its belly. Then it smashes the clam against the rock. The clamshell cracks open. A tasty morsel. Scientists are changing their ideas about how animals use tools. They have discovered that some animals know how to use tools by instinct. Others learn to use tools by watching or by trying on their own.
The end. Thank you for following along with us today, and I hope you enjoyed today's read-along about tricks, traps, and tools. When I think about those three things, I think about the ways in which they're all connected. Tricks, traps, and tools are all ways that animals in nature can survive. I think we're lucky as humans because we're smart enough to be able to use all three of them to help us survive in the world. I want you to help out in this conversation. If you know of any tricks, traps, or tools that weren't talked about in this book, please comment in the comment section of this video. I'd love to learn about more tricks, traps, and tools that you know about. With that being said, I'm going to end today's episode. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you again for following along and tuning in. Stay safe out there, and find me on the next episode of YemmaNation Explores Reading. Thank you.